Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Steel Division guide. This time we're going to go over Hermann Göring's Panzer Division. It's an amazing deck. It is a legit deck. There's no cheese. It's just clean, strong gameplay. Alright, let's start off with the Recon tab. This is going to be my passive Juggernaut build, so let's take a look. So what's strong about this deck? Armor cars are amazing in this deck. You have the SPW 231. You get 4 in A, you get 8 in B. Recommend, cannot bring enough. It's got plenty of ammo, just Shrek's infantry. It's fast, it's quick, and you can pair it with the SPW 233. Pair these with some Panzer 4s and tanks, and you'll kill any AT gun. They fire like an assault gun version. They don't have a lot of ammo, be wary of that. Their heat round, 100 penetration, but another thing, the round cannot hit anything at range. It needs to be in CQC. AP 55 penetration. Okay. Really recommend it. You can also bring these STKFZs, the little AP with an HE round. Having the HE round is really good. These things can do some work actually. AP is only 65 penetration, but it will kill half-track spams and so on. You also get the STKFC, the assault gun version of this thing. Only 20 rounds, so not too much, but pretty cheap and cost efficient. Phase lock to only A. Also, this one is phase lock to A. You also can get a card of Panzer 3s, which can't go wrong. APCR 150 penetration. Without the APCR, 100 penetration. 1,000 meters and 1,500 meters. HE is okay, not great though. Moving down the line though, you get some infantry here. Can't get anything really interesting. If you really want to, though, you can bring them in a half track, but I really wouldn't recommend that. Similar thing to this, but I take it back. You can also bring them 222 autocannon, these off Claire, which is even freaking better. Like, you can just max out armor cars if you really wanted to in this deck. You also can bring some of these if you want radios. Infantry tab though is awesome as well. This is such a strong deck in every category. Ersatz you must bring. You have to bring them. They're phase locked to A. You get some Pioneer, you get Panzergrens. You have plenty of half tracks. You can bring them all in your beautiful half tracks. And what's so great is the leader cards can come in with the assault gun variant of the half track. This thing's freaking awesome. It carries 31 ammo. It's so cheap for its cost. It's so good. It's like, yeah, this thing's amazing. It's also crewed by invisible men, so like you only actually lose the driver. He's probably fused within the tank. If you zoom in, you can see his feet are like stuck inside the actual vehicle, and he's not even tall enough to see out the hatch. That's pretty that sucks. But yeah, leaders can come in those things. I believe all leaders can. No. Yes. No, it cannot. Only, actually, yes, they all can. You also can bring in this half track too. It's like AT gun. It has an APCR round, 80 penetration. It's pretty cost efficient. It's 15 points. It actually has a guy who's crewing it. His hand is the actual gun for some reason. Some birth defect to come out with a 28mm cannon. Other than that though, you get your Pioneers, you get your Panzergren squads. Can't go wrong there. You get your light Grenadier squads with MP44s. Get your Valkyrie. Okay, I don't know these. I don't know how to say that. Valkyrie. I don't know. They're really cool though. They're 35 points, but they can fight in CQC. They can fight in medium range. An all around really good squad and 12-man strength. You can also bring your MP44s. Like, oh my god, this squad's OP. So like the weakness of Pioneers, right, is satchel charges. Sorry, the weakness to Pioneers is flamethrowers because you cannot be moving to throw your satchel charge. But this is like, removed completely because you also have all these SMGs that destroy flamethrower troops. This unit like destroys everybody in CQC. You can also bring Stern Pioneers. You have plenty of cards. And you have plenty of half tracks. Like, I still have a whole bunch of half tracks left. So really, really strong options here. But yeah, cannot recommend it enough. Anyway, moving down the line though, tank tab. Hit chapter T34s, you can bring leader card, you have Panzer 4s, you bring a leader card if you want. You get one card of Tigers. They're phase locked to double vet. So you can bring 1, 2, or 4. But yeah, not the most in-depth, but really good CQC tanks. Moving down the line though, flamethrowers. Can't go wrong there. Do not bring field police or flame panzers. Are trash. They can't do anything. These guys' range are so crap. The range is so short. So like, you die to AT rifles and you die to bazookas, so it doesn't matter. You can bring the Panzer, light Panzer gun. There's a heat round of 65, AP 55, HE. Pretty trash. I don't know. I haven't seen anyone ever bring it out. The bread and butter though is your MT42s. Recommend this for both 1v1s and 2v2s. Panzer 3N as well. Really good. Bring the Panzer 3Ns. These are awesome. You also bring the Grails 150 millimeter. You can shoot down roads and stuff. This thing's annihilating too. Commander, you bring the infantry, tank, or the magical half-track command vehicle. You'll also get a big toy, the Sturm Tiger. This thing's got so much frontal armor, 175. Got a derp gun that just deletes anyone it looks at. Got plenty of ammo. You get 2 cards of ammo as well. So MG42's ammo, everything kind of really neat. A really strong support tab. You have a lot of options. Now the anti-tank tab's awesome. You can play it in so many different ways. First of all, you have 4 cards of Pack 40s. Like, my freaking god, that's so good. You also get Pack 38, you get Panzer Shreks, you get Martyrs, APCRs 190, AP, HE. Just a really strong deck. Jagdpanzers, 135 penetration, 130 frontal armor. Really strong vehicles, cost efficient. But where this deck really shines is AA. It gets 3 cards of 88s. It gets 6 cards of SDKFCs. Like what? It's flak 20s. You can bring these flak 20s in like half-track flak guns as well. You get Gepards too. Like this deck has so much AA. It's actually kind of crazy. Like how many of these would you need? It's kind of crazy. It's actually amazing. Artillery tab, a lot of options. It has a 600 millimeter. I see a lot of new players bring this. This thing is trash. The radius is so bad. Do not bring it. It's trash. Do not. Just don't. Don't. Please don't. It's fragile and it's crap. Too expensive. Hummels are really good. You can bring 2 cards of them and see for a drug game, or you can bring 150s. It's kind of up to you. You can bring the 150s as ammo, which is kind of good because you don't really get that much ammo in your support tab. So that's what I do here. You can bring also 100 mils if that's what you're kind of interested in. These are also really good snipers. You can also half-track spam. Get 2 cards of them. Bring them in maybe A and B. Get like a decent amount of them. You get some West if you really want to as well. You have a lot of options here. 105s, 81 millimeters. You also get a leader card of leaders. And then the one weakness of this deck is it doesn't really have good fighters. Not at all. You have the MU-109 or phase lock too. Double vet too. So you don't even have good availability. You do get clusters. And you do get G2s. And you get some BF-109s. You can make up your rockets. Rocket planes you can use as fighters, or you can use these as fighters. Kind of have to in a 1v1 setting. Okay, so this is my my jug build. I have 2 versions. I'm more offensive and more like more in-depth spammy. Anyway, let's go take a look at my 1v1 version. This will be a little different. It'll let's take a look at it. Okay, welcome back. So we're looking at a Maverick build. This is mine. Let's take a look. So I bring the 231s, SBW 233s. I bring these to pair them together. I really do pair these 233s with my tanks here, my Panzer 4s, and also my T-34s. More so my Panzer 4s. Because T-34s are a little more quicker, a little more maneuverable. Usually play more aggressive with those. So bring a card to Panzer 3Ls. These things are so cost efficient. 50 points for an APCR shot that just annihilates. Trade 1-to-1 and you'll trade positively. Really recommend them. Bring Erzatz in A, but I vet my Pioneers. I bring up, my leader card to give them even double vet. I bring a Panzergrens in 2 types of Panzergrens. 1 Faust and 1 without. All vetted. B card vetted and B card vetted, and one last card is C infantry. Meanwhile, I bring double vetted M242s, 1 in A and 1 in B. Flamethrowers, lots of tanks. I bring standard stuff here. 1 vet to everybody except the Tiger here, which has to be double vetted. I bring it in A. If not, I'd bring it in B. I bring it in A because I usually punch through pretty hard in A and bring up a Tiger, kind of solidify the push. And then I bring a Sturm Tiger as well in A. In fact, I could probably move this to B. Probably be more cost efficient, in fact. But I don't know. That's how I feel. Other than that, I bring a lot of FAT though. I bring Martyrs, Pack 40s, and I bring 2 cards of Jagdpanzers in A and B. And B is my big pushing phase. To make up for the lack of AA, I bring plenty of 88s, 1 in A, 1 in B. Bring an STKF in B to move up with the tanks. I bring 100 mil to counter some artillery. It's really accurate, it's precise. I bring with ammo. Just a couple times in the game I kind of needed it. Artillery leaders in B, so getting plenty of leaders. I have a commander as well. I have these beautiful cluster bombers, so good. And I bring ME-109 fighters in A, so they're not the best fighters, but 2 of them get the job done. maybe even kill an AT gun or an IG gun or something like that. A really fun deck to use. It's got no like real off map. We have this off map plan, but it's trash. So you want to play aggressive. You want to use these medium tanks to be your pushing power, and your infantry is super elite. You have a lot of options. You can even bring armor cars. Some people bring a lot more armor cars than I do. Maybe this deck's a little bit, not to your like, but you can really customize the deck to how you want it to be. You can use armor car spam. You can use a lot of elite infantry with half tracks. I just don't bring half tracks for this deck, but other people do. It's a really fun deck, really flexible. You can play it in a lot of different ways. Like let's take a look, for example, at my other Fallschirm-Panzer, my active. I bring a lot of mortars, 6 mortars, just laying down heats of mortars, lots of AA, lots of different good tanks. It's just a really fun deck. You have lots of freedom and choice. Anyway, guys, leave a like, leave a comment, and I'll see you guys around. Thanks for watching.